Kahalam Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakodash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Akmat there pushing this word, sincerity and honesty, the whole full elect. Shalom. My name is Korah Allah. Lord, one lessons edifying. Now, people, certain men are falling out the camp out of GMS, and they say, they're offended in the doctrine, or they're offended in the teachings of our apostles and our bishops, our elders, and the brothers around the world in like manner, because we all preach the same thing. But the truth is this: that person is faint-hearted. Those people are weak at heart. All right. This is Deuteronomy 20:8. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. So this is going back into Israel when they were taking over certain lands, when they were getting the land of Israel. Okay. And the Lord said for the priests and the officers it says, and the officers shall speak farther unto the people right before they go to war, before they go siege a land. And they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. So spiritually, we're not in those times. We're not living in the times of war, in the ancient times, but we're at a spiritual war. Okay. And we don't need or what the Lord is sifting is that faint-hearted spirit. Okay. Now, I mentioned that, I believe it's Ephesians 6, I start at 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And when you have an armor, that's talking about war. You need armory for war. Okay. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this Bible, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because we're not at physical combat for the land of Israel. We're at a spiritual combat. For we rest, it says, against the wiles of the devil. Let's see if I could go into the word wiles here. Traveling over, traversity, trickery. All right.
Strong's G 3180, Methodiah.
And you saw it said trickery. Let's see if there's a root word. It's a compound word.
Strong's G 3326, Meta.
And it says close then after against, among, hence, hereafter, together, often used in composition and substantially the same relations of participation or proximity and transfer or sequence. Now, let's get the other word.
Strong's G 3593, haduo. Haduo.
Says to travel, journey. Okay, well, we get the point. Okay.
Strong's G 3180, methodia. Methodia.
And it says traveling over, traversity, trickery. All right. Misrepresentation, a false, absurd, or distorted representation of something. So that's what we're dealing with, man. The wilds of the devil. And that's going into the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay. And these demons, man, these different demons jump on you. The demons such as doubt, fear. Okay. That's trickery, man. Trying to get you to denounce the name of the Lord the same way those demons jumped on Job. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers. Let's look some of these words up. Let's go with not against flesh and blood, but against, right, because it's not a physical battle. This is a spiritual battle, a mental battle. Show Strong's info, municipality. Let's go.
Strong's G 746, arche. Arche.
Arche. It says a commencement or chief in various applications of order, time, place, or rank, beginning, corner. All right. First estate, magistrate, powers, principalities, principal, rule. So we ain't, let's read it again. For wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers. Yeah, high powers, man. Rulers. We're wrestling against rulers. All right. That whole thing with the grape doctrine. That whole thing was Satan, man. Jumping on people. And this dude Polite, basically he's up and coming, and he basically had a good following or a great following. So people was behind him when he was trying to go out there and debate against the Israelites, particularly GMS, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So there it is. Spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. So now we're dealing with high demons. So what do we need? We need the armor, the whole armor. We need the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Okay? The gospel of peace. At the feet. All right? Stand there having the loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And that's this truth. It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. Where is your faith? The shield of faith. Where's your faith? Where's your belief? Okay? Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Okay? So that's why those guys, certain men getting weak in the faith and basically looking for a cop out. We see all the time. Lord will we not one of those men, because the tribulations are only going to get harder. All right, but when these things happen, guess what? The Lord cuts that man off for having a weak spirit, right? But that instills the fear, that instills more faith in the men of the Lord. Okay, so it's a win-win. It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. And when the apostles dealing with the great doctrine, did they not cut polite? Did they not cut him? He got cut. Okay. The audience got quiet. All right. Even polite understood the great doctrine, because he said, well, now that we know that's in the Bible, why do we still read the Bible? So even polite understood it. Okay, in which news dropped on him that he was a goddamn rapist, man. Allegedly. Okay, news dropped on him that allegedly he was dealing with one of his woman's daughter, and this is the situation that made you fall out the truth. So these are things to consider. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Second Timothy 1:7. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. What's that talking about? Okay. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear. When y'all don't know how I was in Zimbabwe's, we in combat. All right. exposed to the world. Because why? We stand there in great boldness. Okay? And we have faith in what we're saying. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. A sound mind, okay? Because if you have a sound, let's look at that word sound. Look up the word sound. Let's go into the Greek.
Strong's G 4995. Sophronismas. Sophronismas.
Right? It says discipline, self-control. Okay. Look at the root word.
Strong's G 4994. Sophronizo. Sophronizo.
To make a sound mind, to discipline or correct, teach, to be sober. And what are we teaching? How are we sober? Okay. We teaching this doctrine. The was not just that in the scriptures. All right. And that's how we sober. Okay. So there you go, man. This is a quick, low but less edifying. The Lord ain't dealing with weak spirits. Okay. Fearful spirits. All right. So Lord will. All praise goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashar Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akhmat, they're pushing this word. Honesty. Shalom.